I love life and I love new experiences, but I know I make really weird faces, my eyes be rolling back in my head, my hands are like this. I'm going to put out music in 2016. I don't even think that project was even mixed properly. So
wow. Any little exclusive you can give to us? Nah, gonna keep it tight-lipped. Yes, people, it's your boy Lockdown T, and this is Gallery Talks with yours truly. And I have here the beautiful Aneesa Marie.
Thank you. Hi.
How are you? How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Aneesa apostrophe.
Yes.
Speak about that. What's that about?
That's just how I wanted to write my name.
Okay.
So that's actually my name. So my name is Danielle Aneesa Marie Williams.
Okay.
So I was like, but my double barrel is, what is it, Latifah Marie? And I was like, it's not giving what it needs to give, but Aneesa Marie. So I was like, I don't like the hyphen, the dash.
Oh, the hyphen in between.
Yeah, it just looked a bit grotesque.
I hear that.
So I was like, the apostrophe feels a bit more.
Bit softer, a bit soft life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. How you feeling though? Like,
I'm good.
we've just seen you perform.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing performance. I'm telling you, I was mesmerized when actually just listening to your voice. Like, you really caught me. Like, how does it feel to be able to just perform like that?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't receive it in the same way, if that makes sense. Like, I know I'm a singer and I'm doing this, but I don't see myself like that. I'm just doing it because of whatever. So it's a feeling, and I don't tend to realize how it affects other people when I do that. I kind of distance myself away from.
So do you kind of feel as if you're just literally in your own world? Because that's what it looks like when you're performing.
Yeah, pretty much. I do all, like, I know I make really weird faces, my eyes be rolling back in my head, my hands are like this. Do you know what I mean? I'm having a spiritual experience when I'm singing, and that's all I care about. But because I want it to be perfect, I grate myself a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So I'm really hard on myself.
Yeah.
So that's also why I don't see it. I'm like, no, I can do better. I should have done it better. I should have done this. I should have done that.
I hear that. And do you know one thing that really got me when I was watching you performing? Your interaction with the music itself was amazing. Like, I could see when Will playing the guitar was doing these little things that you felt was amazing. You were like, oh, and you were almost improvising with the music, and it was just such an organic reaction. Like, I found that amazing.
Oh, thank
Do
you.
you kind of feel connected?
I feel like that's why I like to perform live all the time. Like, even if I've got to do like a small set, so like one song, I prefer to have a live instrumentalist with me, just because it gives room for call and response. It gives room for me to listen to him or the person, and them to listen to me, and then we can create something new out of that. So it's always a new experience, which means that I'm always on the tip of my toes, trying to think of what can I do here, what can I do there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But that's why I'm learning.
That's amazing.
I love music so much.
That's amazing, because I feel like we're low-key losing that in some genres, some popular genres today. Like that where you're talking about call and response, kind of live, where you're thinking of what to do next. I've never seen that, before in the type of genre of music that I usually listen to. That love for music and being able to improvise like that must be that's amazing. Like, I really have to congratulate you for that one. That's perfect. I wanted to just kind of ask, like, how does it feel dropping new music when you got a song out at the moment, dropped a few months ago, called The Streets, right? We heard that as well. Amazing.
Thank you. And it's also called So Amazing too. I like making music. I like releasing music. Obviously, it comes with its difficulties in this industry, but it's always a testament to where I was before. So when I put out music, I think we spoke earlier, when I put out music in 2016, I don't even think that project was even mixed properly. Do you know what I mean? And I listen to my music now and I can hear that I've developed in my craft, and that's all I care about. Like, being my own personal best, like beating what I did last year and trying to exceed what I've done, because that means I'm alive and that means I'm growing. So that's how I feel about putting music out, and I'm excited to put I've got some really exciting things coming out this year.
Oh,
And yeah,
got some good stuff coming out,
some
yeah?
really good stuff coming out this year. So I'm
Wow.
excited.
Any little exclusive you can give to us? Nah, gonna keep it tight-lipped.
I'm not gonna tell you nothing.
Yeah, I like
Sorry.
that. I like that. Keep that to yourself until you feel ready, innit? Yeah.
But
I
it's
hear
gonna be
that.
exciting,
Yeah. You said something in the streets, so amazing. You said the streets are calling me, saying, Aneesa, please. I said, wow. That bar there. Because I kind of relate to it.
Okay, tell me
Yeah, I mean, you know, the conflicts that you might be having, the streets or the good lives. You know what I mean? Like, what was your inspiration when you were creating that song?
What? I'm not gonna lie. I wrote that song out of nowhere last year, June or July, and I was having difficulties with my neighbor downstairs, and he was just screaming and shouting for like months on end, and it really like had upset me, and I felt almost like a prisoner in my own home to a certain extent. And he was shouting one evening, and I just started going, what did I start saying? I can't even remember it.
No.
I can't even remember.
It will come.
But it will come. But
Yeah.
I just started to get this flow in me. And I was like, oh, shit.
Hmm.
I like this. Okay. So I sent it to Insight and I sent it to Dylan. And they developed something and then they came back with me. And then I was just like, you know, doing a back and forth. Back and forth. This is what I'll come up with.
Wow.
But I think for myself, I was really isolated last year. And I purposely isolated myself. I was like in my spiritual discerning era. And I felt as though I've got needs. I'm a woman and I'm a beautiful woman at that. And
times two.
Thanks. Lol. You're a crazy guy. You're a crazy guy.
Don't start now. Come on.
Crazy guy.
Carry on.
Hi. So I might have needs and I might want to whatever. And it always feels better with somebody else. But at the end of the day, if I'm not developing a relationship with that person and there's not a mutual respect or X, Y, and Z, why am I going to give you my essence? Like parts of myself that I love and I now understand and I now appreciate about myself. So it's about that internal conflict about saying, girl, you know you want something, but can't do it. Even though they're calling me.
Yeah.
And I was looking real good last year. You know what I mean? I was feeling myself and I was like, no, don't. Be good. And I was. And I still am.
Yeah. No, I hear that. I mean, that's really speaking to you, innit? Yeah. Like, do you know what? But for me, that's amazing because it's just real.
Yeah.
It's what you're really feeling. Yeah. You're putting your emotions and your expression into the music, and that's, you know, as like music listeners, that's all we can ask for.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
think especially because it's a kind of about sex. And I talk about that good juicy, so it's like goo. Anyway.
Oh, she getting into it.
I was about to get to tell you about, but I'm like, I don't normally talk about sex in my music. I'm normally talking about like trauma and suicide and all of these things. And finally, I'm like, I'm comfortable with my sexuality or my sensuality and being a woman and living in my essence. And there's nothing wrong with it, even though we're told that, you know, if you embrace it, then you're this and you're that. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's also, it was a challenge for myself to feel comfortable to sing about something like that and then perform it in front of people. Because I'm like, now you know what's going on in my mind.
Yeah. No, 100%. It's amazing to actually get that insight. And I do also kind of get this sense of, as you actually said, kind of spirituality as well, within your music. In one of your songs that you performed, you quoted Psalm 27 verse 1.
The Lord is my light and my salvation.
Yeah. So how is, you know, whether it's spirituality as a whole or Christianity, like what effects does that have in your music and how does that lead you?
It's my essence. It's literally me. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for God. And I literally, anytime I sing, I just have to pray. Like when I'm like making or engaging with the music, I just feel like I'm talking to God.
Amen.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%.
I've been through some really awful things in my lifetime and I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be alive. And the fact that I am, or the fact that I am still here and still doing my thing is a testament to myself. So I give all the praise to God. And because it's every single day, like I wake up in the morning, I'm praying. At 12 o'clock, my alarm goes off. It says, remind to say, give thanks. Do you know what I mean? Like every single day. So try to incorporate that into my music, and it's not to be preachy or to be pretentious or to be self-righteous. It's just like, bro, if you know my life,
Yeah.
you would understand. You would understand my praise.
Yeah.
You would really get it. You would
Yeah.
understand it, and it goes into every single song because God deserves to be there.
100%.
So, yeah.
I think that makes so much sense, and I think a lot of people would be able to relate to that, whether it is in a specific way or just from a kind of like more overall holistic point of view. That's great. That even connects me to your music more even. So yeah, that's really amazing. What about live performances and stuff like that? How do you feel, firstly, when you perform live, and secondly,
I'm so nervous. You saw how nervous I was
Yeah.
when I came in. But then I think once I get into it and I feel everybody out and I feel comfortable, then I'm good.
it's the one,
Yeah,
right?
at the end of the day, we're all the same. Like, we've all got bloods. If you can't, I bleed. Like, we're exactly the same. The only difference is that we come from different spaces in the world. And we have different like, we're the same. Humans and beings are the same. So once I like remind myself and I engage with myself and say, hey, everything's okay, I'm fine.
Yeah. I want to get a little bit more into you yourself. How did you start music, and where did it all come from in terms of, let's say, like where you're from yourself, where you originate from? Is there any influence in that kind of thing?
So I'm originally from Trinidad. I was born in Trinidad. I came over here when I was 1 year and 7 months.
Oh.
And I would say I started singing from as long as I could speak. I probably wasn't very good at it, as I was told many and many a times. But I think it comes from pain. Can't lie. I think it comes from pain. They say that when the child is in the womb, they absorb all the things that are around them. And I don't think that my mum was having the best of times when she was having me.
Right.
And I think this has always been my mechanism for freedom, like just for myself. I don't care about nothing. I didn't want to be a singer because I was like, this is mine, it's personal. Like, I don't want to share my innermost painful parts of myself. And that's where it comes from. And I say that because, like, Trinidad, I feel like we know struggle. The West Indies know struggle. Like, they know struggle and they know how to survive. And I feel like I channel in my ancestors and all of that, their feelings and their storytelling, and that's what I feel like that's my influence.
Oh, so it comes from like a real place of vulnerability.
Vulnerability, yeah. Pain. I get told a lot of the time that I sing better when I'm in pain, and I hear it. I know what that feels like. I'm familiar with that feeling, and I know how to talk about that really well.
So that's an interesting one then. How do you find that balance between your well-being then and then making some good music?
Mate, I struggled for years.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I struggled for years.
I can imagine.
Like, only now, I don't want to get too deep in it, but
of course,
for the last couple of years, from like between 2017 and 2020, I was in and out of hospital, like doing unspeakable things to myself. Like, there was no balance. And I've like done the work, and I've looked at myself, and I've faced the darkest parts of myself. And every day is a struggle. I would be lying to you and to say that it's normal every day. It's not. Every day is a struggle, and sometimes I might feel like I'm going into a crisis, and I've got to, but I know that who I am now. Like, I've done the work, so I'm not gonna let myself get to back over there. Do you know what I mean? It's really, really hard, and I feel sorry. Not even feel sorry, but I feel for other people that are in similar situations that use their pain as a catalyst to cleanse, to cleanse their mind and their spirit, and it's difficult.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you said you know who you are now. Who is that person?
Ooh, who is she?
Yeah.
She's a bad bitch. That's who she is. Okay.
Period.
With two T's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it.
I hear it.
Like,
I hear it.
Yeah.
I hear it. That makes a lot of sense. I saw, to wrap up, a quote from your track Pure, and it says here, there is no death but merely a cycle. I just wanted to just tap into that quickly.
The video.
Yeah. And a great video, by the way.
Cheers.
That quote just stuck out to me, so I wanted to just quickly go into that.
There is no death. Say it
Pure.
Again,
there is no death but merely a cycle.
I've died many times in this lifetime, basically. And I feel like we all do. Whoever you were 10 years ago, the young man that you were 10 years ago is not who you are today. You've had to shed a lot of who you are in order to be where you are now. And you've had to unlearn a lot of things and give up a lot of things.
Facts.
And that's really it. Like, the things that kept me safe and that made me feel like I was doing, you know, whatever, they served me for a time. They don't serve me anymore. I want to thrive. I want to grow. I want to know love. I want to give love. I want to receive love. But I can only do that if I unlearn the things that I learned when I was growing up to survive. So, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think that's a great way to end. Tell the people where they can find you.
So you guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter. I'm not really good with Twitter, but Instagram's probably best. And that's Aneesa Marie, AneesaMarie _. And Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, preferably Bandcamp because you can pay me. All the music platforms, Amazon, everything, you can find me on that. Love you guys.
Lit.
Thank you so much for having me.
Aneesa Marie, everyone.
Thank you.